Have you ever wondered what really happens inside your body when you eat way too much sugar? Not just the sweet taste or the quick energy boost, I'm talking about the hidden effects that can completely change the way you feel, look, and even think. Stick around, because the answer is more surprising than you might imagine. All right, let's be real for a second. Sugar is everywhere. It's in sodas, candy, pastries, cereals, sauces, and even in foods you'd never expect, like bread and salad dressings. We all know sugar tastes amazing. It lights up your brain's reward system and gives you that instant rush of happiness. But here's the thing. While your taste buds are celebrating, the rest of your body might be struggling to keep up. Now, I'm not saying sugar is the devil. A little sweetness here and there? Totally fine. But when a little turns into a lot, that's when the trouble begins. And the truth is, most of us are eating way more sugar than we think. So what actually happens when you eat too much sugar? Let's break it down step by step. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll look at that extra soda or donut in a whole new way. Point 1. The sugar rush and crash. Let's start with what you feel almost right away. You grab a candy bar, take a few bites, and suddenly, boom, you feel awake, energized, maybe even unstoppable. That's the sugar rush. What's happening? Your blood sugar spikes fast. Your body releases insulin, a hormone that tries to pull that sugar out of your blood and send it into your cells for energy. But here's the catch. Once insulin does its job, your blood sugar can drop just as quickly. That's the sugar crash. You feel tired, cranky, maybe even a little shaky. Sound familiar? That roller coaster of up and down is one of the first effects of too much sugar. And if you do this often, your body starts to pay the price. Point 2. Sugar and your mood. Here's something wild. Sugar doesn't just affect your body, it affects your brain. Ever notice how kids go a little hyper after a birthday cake? That's not just a myth. Sugar actually changes the way your brain chemicals work. It boosts dopamine, the feel-good hormone, the same one triggered by things like winning a game or even addictive substances. That's why sugar feels so good in the moment. But here's the problem. Your brain can get used to it. The more sugar you eat, the more you need to feel that same happy hit. Over time, it can mess with your mood, leading to more cravings, irritability, and even symptoms linked to anxiety or depression. Point 3. Weight gain and belly fat. Now let's talk about one of the most common effects. Weight gain. Sugar is sneaky because it adds calories without filling you up. A soda has around 150 calories, but it keep you full the way a chicken sandwich or a bowl of rice would. Plus, when you eat a lot of sugar, especially added sugar from sodas, juices, or desserts, your liver gets overloaded. Extra sugar gets turned into fat, often stored right around your belly. That's why too much sugar is strongly linked to stubborn belly fat, which isn't just about looks. Belly fat is the dangerous kind that wraps around your organs and raises your risk for serious health problems later on. Point 4. Impact on your skin. Okay. Here's one you might not expect. Sugar can show up on your skin. Too much sugar can trigger inflammation in the body. And inflammation plays a big role in acne breakouts. On top of that, sugar attaches to proteins in your skin through a process called glycation. That speeds up wrinkles, sagging, and aging skin. So if you're wondering why your skincare routine isn't working, your sweet tooth might actually be part of the problem. Point 5. Energy drain and fatigue. Remember that sugar crash we talked about earlier? Well, when sugar becomes a daily habit, that cycle repeats, over and over. At first, you feel the rush, then the crash. You're tired, so you grab more sugar for another boost. Then, another crash. Before you know it, you're stuck in a loop where your body never really feels steady. That constant up and down can leave you feeling more drained, sluggish, and dependent on caffeine or snacks just to make it through the day. Point 6. Your teeth take a beating. This one's not surprising, but it's worth mentioning. Sugar is the #1 fuel for cavity-causing bacteria in your mouth. Every time you sip on soda or suck on candy, you're feeding the bad bacteria that eat away at your enamel. The result? Cavities, sensitivity, and even gum problems if it goes too far. Brushing helps, but if you're flooding your mouth with sugar all day, you're fighting an uphill battle. Point 7. Trouble with sleep. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Eating too much sugar, especially close to bedtime, can mess with your sleep. When your blood sugar spikes and crashes at night, your body has a harder time staying in deep, restful sleep. That's why you might wake up feeling groggy even after a full night in bed. Over time, poor sleep from too much sugar can lead to even more cravings the next day, creating another vicious cycle. All right, here's the big one. Too much sugar, over time, doesn't just affect your mood, your weight, or your skin. It can actually set the stage for some of the most serious health problems we face today. Consistently eating too much sugar makes your body less sensitive to insulin. That's called insulin resistance. When this happens, your cells stop responding to insulin properly, so sugar builds up in your blood. And this is the starting point for type 2 diabetes. It also increases your risk for heart disease, fatty liver disease, and even some types of cancer. Think about that. Something as simple as too much soda or candy over years can completely reshape your long-term health. That's the real danger. Not just the sugar crash, but the chronic damage that builds silently over time. So, what did we learn today? Eating too much sugar isn't just about empty calories. It spikes and crashes your energy. It messes with your mood and your brain chemistry. It leads to weight gain, especially belly fat. It shows up on your skin. It drains your energy, hurts your teeth, and messes with your sleep. And in the long run, it can open the door to serious diseases. Now, does this mean you can never enjoy dessert again? Of course not. Life's about balance. The key is being mindful of how much sugar you're really having each day. So here's my challenge for you. Starting tomorrow, look at the labels of what you eat or drink. You might be surprised at how much added sugar is hiding in your daily routine. And now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest sugar weakness? Is it soda, chocolate, ice cream? Drop your answer in the comments below because I'd love to know. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more health tips, and share this with someone who's got a sweet tooth. Thanks for watching, and remember, your health is your greatest wealth. See you in the next one.